Welcome, everybody, to University of Tampa Baseball. We are at Tampa Stadium, right in the heart of the campus on the University of Tampa. Spartans taking on the Florida Tech Panthers in Game 2 of the series and Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Hi, everybody. Jack Ike along with Taylor Stolworthy. Yesterday, a pretty solid pitchers duel all around, a 3-2 Spartan win. They walked it off with a line shot to left field that was dropped with a man on second, and that brought in the winning run. A walk-off error gave the Spartans a 3-2 victory. The Spartans come in 34-7 on the year, 20-2 in the Sunshine State Conference. Florida Tech 17-24 overall, 8-17 on the season. B.J. Bailey will be on the mound for the Spartans. He brings in a 10-0 record, an ERA of 1.38. This is his 14th appearance of the year, and he has started 11, has one complete game to his credit, and pitched 72 innings for Tampa this year, 51 hits, 14 runs, 11 of them earned, walked 18, struck out 72, so he's got a 4-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Taylor, it was an interesting game last night. The Spartans had bases loaded in the first and second innings and did not score each time, so we're hoping that they'll get a little more timely hitting today.
Yeah, that'll certainly be the goal. Even though Tampa was able to come out on top, great pitching out of Robert Satin. Luke Fiker, 3 innings scoreless to secure the win. But obviously, one thing Coach Urso told us on Friday, he wants to see more consistent production from the Spartans. They can do that today, but first, they got to have a clean hitting out of B.J. Bailey.
He's been doing that very often this year, the senior for the Spartans. And setting the Spartans defensively, there is a change in the lineup from yesterday. A.J. Graham will be at third base for the Spartans today, getting one of his first starts of the season. And the first pitch from Bailey is a little bit high. Graham has started 7 games this season for Tampa, played in 22 coming into today. Ball is high. This is Justice Meadows, the right fielder, coming to the plate, a freshman, but hitting .410. No adjustment problems for him this year. And that's a strike call. Ball missing. Three balls, 1 strike to the first batter of the game, Justice Meadows. Bailey fires. Ground ball heading out. Ponce on a couple hops. Over to Vanacek for the out. 1 up, 1 down. Actually gun at Carlson for the out.
Now batting is the shortstop, number 4, Connor Wiggins.
Brings in Connor Wiggins to the plate. Lefty Bailey to the righty Wiggins. Just missing outside.
Not a surprise to see Florida Tech once again bring a lot of right-handed batters today to try to get those advantages against the Spartans lefties. And as such, it has forced them to be a little more conservative with the usage of one of their better players, I believe the left-hand hitting B.J. Graham. So yes. Benefit for the Spartans to not have to face him as often.
1-1 pitch. Off speed, stays high, ball 2.
Actually, got to correct myself. Gabe Roque, who I was thinking of from yesterday. He came in as a pinch hitter, but once again, not in the starting lineup.
That one just misses. Now 3-1. And he walked him. So Bailey giving up a 5-pitch walk there. Cortale to the plate now. Marcello Cortale. Brings in a 339 batting or 319 batting average. Played 40 games, started 40 games for the Panthers this year. That's a ball high.
Command not perfect for Bailey out of the gates. He's only thrown 2 strikes to a total of 8 balls now.
There's a shot right to Graham. They may have the double play. Inning is over. A nice double play as A.J. Graham showing, hey, put me in the lineup. I'm going to make a play for you. So the Spartans get the 5-3 line drive double play. So at the end of half an inning, Florida Tech no score. Tampa coming to bat. We'll be right back on TampaSpartans.tv. We head to the bottom of the second. On the mound is Jackson Clampett for Florida Tech. He brings in a 1-4 record, ERA of 8.23. This is his 15th appearance of the year, 16th appearance of the year, and it will be his 7th start. 27 1/3 innings pitched, 48 hits, 31 runs, 25 of them earned, walked 15, struck out 17. Does have 5 wild pitches, 5 hit batters. Yesterday, the first 2 batters for the Spartans were plunked in the hip.
That'll certainly be something to watch, as even though Tampa was out hit by the Panthers, they got on base more often thanks to the free pass.
Yep.
So obviously it's always going to be good discipline and maybe wearing magnets for the ball sometimes. Don't know if that's the explanation for a lot of
ball on the first hit right out to Wiggins at short. 1 up, 1 down, 1 pitch. Spartans also struck out an inordinate amount of times yesterday. Joe Urso said you'd think we had never seen a curveball. Jake Books to the plate now. 328 average on the year. First pitch, ball. 85 degrees at game time, partly cloudy, a little breezy. That one's fouled down the left field line. Clampett in the windup. A little bit inside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Books. Spartan right fielder. One of 3, 4 lefties in the lineup. There's one hit into left field for a base hit. So Books goes opposite field, and we've got our first base runner for Tampa.
Yeah, good to get started with a clean drive like that, splitting the defense. I know Cortali will want to make up for the error yesterday that had lost the game, but that was not a ball he was going to be able to get to. He can only keep Woodburn at first.
Braden Woodburn fouls that one off out of play. Woodburn, 377 average on the year. Yesterday, the first 5 Spartans came in with 300 batting averages. Gunnett Carlson has dipped down to 298. Base hit will probably get him back up there. Strike call. 0-2 now. Does he challenge Woodburn? No, goes high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the stretch, Clampett goes to first. Books is back, no problem. And the pitch. Woodburn fouls that one off. Stays 1-2. One, two on the way. Swing and a miss, and Woodburn for the second out. Brings up Joander Irigoyen. He's got a hefty 357 batting average.
Yeah, Irigoyen might want to try to retake that home run lead. Evans was able to take the advantage with 7 now on the season with his tying home run yesterday. That would set up Irigoyen's walk-off.
Ground ball heading out to second. And it'll be a toss over, and the Spartans go down. They get a base hit from Books, but he's left on first. We played a full inning, no score. Tampa, Florida Tech. We'll be right back. Top of the second inning we go. B.J. Bailey back on the bump. He'll face Marshall Burke, Adrian Dominguez, and Anthony Fimiano, the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Irigoyen walking back to the Spartan dugout here before we get going. No, actually, it was the warm-up catcher. He had all the gear on. He's ready.
Irigoyen was just at the plate, so that's why a little bit of a delay.
Yeah.
And here's the throw to second for the end of the warm-up.
Perfect. Today on the scoreboard, the Fred Pollock scoreboard, who I talked to him earlier today, the players are listing who they're playing for. someone in their life who has had cancer, recovered from it. And they're saying who they're playing for on the scoreboard today. Ball high.
I think what's cool with this striking out cancer program as well is you get to see a lot of different kind of cancers getting mentioned and
Yes.
represented on the scoreboard. Sometimes purple ribbons, sometimes for the pink ribbons.
You and I each grabbed a ribbon. I've got gold for childhood cancer, honoring my daughter, and you have pink for breast cancer.
Yep, honoring my aunts and my elder statesmen of the family who have each had cancer in the past, but thankfully for us, both survivors.
Yes. Three and one from Bailey. And that is hit out into left field, going back near the wall. At the wall, it's gone, a home run. Marshall Burke just put one over the wall. And it's 1-0, Florida Tech.
Home run number 3 on the season for the Panthers, Marshall Burke.
Burke has been on a tear this weekend here in the Birdcage. Started out with a 3-hit day yesterday. Was able to get the go-ahead RBI in the 6th, and now a go-ahead RBI against Bailey.
There's the third baseman, number 5, Adrian Dominguez.
So now staked to a 1-0 lead, Adrian Dominguez to the plate, and he looks at a pitch a little bit low. The lone lefty in the lineup for Florida Tech. Dominguez, third baseman. And that's shot. One hop. Woodburn played him perfectly. Carlson gets the throw. And we've got 2 outs.
After the home run, a good quick out for Bailey to just kind of get settled back in. He's definitely grown into being more of an innings-eating type of starter for the Spartans this season, consistently having the deeper outings. And given that he's had more experience with deeper season workloads than players like Satin, I know that his arm is going to be relied on even more from Coach Urso.
That was actually the first out of the inning. They were so quick on the scoreboard, as soon as he caught the throw, they posted it. So 1 down and 1 in already. And at the plate is Fimiano. Tap foul. And they ask on the check swing again. Didn't get it. 3-2 now. Bailey fires. Down the middle. He doesn't get the call, though he walked him. Boy, and Bailey's just standing there in disbelief. Irigoyen kind of as well.
If we had ABS, I think Bailey would have probably tapped his hat twice in this at-bat. Yesterday we saw a pretty big strike zone. Both Satin and the Florida Tech starter, Wydra, kind of benefiting off of it. But maybe the opposite today, at least for Bailey in the early going.
So a base runner on via walk. That one's hit out into center field, giving chase and making the catch for the Spartans is Evans. 2 outs now. Brings up Cole Patrick, the DH.
Batter is the first baseman, number 9, Joseph Vaughn.
Take that back. It's Joseph Fahn. Throw over to first.
Vaughn has one of the highest slugging percentages on the team, 465. Leading the way is Cortal with Roque right behind in terms of qualified batters. And Meadows isn't a qualified player yet, just 10 games played, but he's slugging about 600 on the year.
Chases one outside. 1-1 with 2 outs. That one's outside. 2-1. Two one on the way. Tried to bend it in, stayed high. 3-1. Bailey in the stretch. Stays high, another walk. So 2 runners on now. With 2 out, already 1 run in. And here comes Sam Militello out to talk. Bailey's been struggling to find the strike zone early.
Yeah, definitely not something you normally see out of Bailey.
No.
Just like Satin carrying a very strong strikeout to walk ratio, 72 to 18 entering today. But that number is starting to skew a little bit higher with the walks. But it's good patience out of the Panthers early on, you know. They're being cautious in their approach. They also had a handful of strikeouts against Satin yesterday, and Luke Fiker especially. Tampa fanning 10 in total. But they're off to a hot start in terms of seeing the ball.
Mm-hmm. Umpire out to break up the conference. Umpires, same as yesterday, they've just switched positions. Robert Bauer behind the plate, Ivan Mercado on the base paths. Conference is over, back in the box. First pitch missing inside. Runners at first and second, not being held on. That one's hit out into left field, giving chase near the wall, and he caught it. Nice catch by Vanacek. It looked like he just kind of put the mid out at the last second. Maybe he was having a little trouble tracking it, but he made a catch on the warning track, saves any more runs from coming in. So at the end of an inning and a half, it is a 1-0 lead for Florida Tech over Tampa. We'll be right back. Bottom of the second we go. Jackson Clampett on the mound. Now staked to a 1-0 lead. First batter he faces will be Gunnett Carlson, the Spartan first baseman. First pitch, ball outside.
Second time this weekend that the Panthers have been able to take the lead. Did have a couple lead changes, though, in yesterday's game. The Spartans opened the scoring. The Panthers then chained 2 runs against Satin to reclaim the lead. Tampa tied it off of Evans' home run, and then the walk-off in the 9th.
Carlson, the lefty, waits. Down the middle, strike. On a 3-0 pitch, now 3-1. Tips that one into the catcher's mitt. 3-2 now.
Carlson had 2 strikeouts after an initial walk yesterday.
Clampett gets the sign, is ready and fires. And that is hit out into center field, going back. And just in front of the warning track at about the 390 mark is Davis. Just a long out, unfortunately, for Carlson.
Yeah, if that was hit a bit down the lines, maybe closer to the corners, probably clears the fences, about 360, 370 on that homer, or fly ball. But hit it straightaway center, and that's the hardest part of the park to clear.
So just a long out, and it brings up Walker Vanacek playing left field. One hopper to the screen. Ball low. I know you had other things to do last night, but I got home last night, said I wonder how the Lightning did. I turned on the TV and like, another overtime game. Their first 3 games against Montreal have all gone to overtime. Unfortunately, Montreal's won 2 of them.
Good, exciting start to the series, though. Always
definitely
exciting for playoff hockey, especially when you get to the winner-take-all overtime periods.
Yep. Shows bunt, pulls it back. So, again, he goes 3-0 and then gets a strike. Three 1 pitch. Fouled off. We'll go full, 3-2.
He had an 11-pitch first inning. He's now up to 10 pitches here in the second. A more patient approach as Clampett's been struggling to hit his spots a little more.
Yeah, he went 3-0 on the last 2 batters, including Vanacek, and then got to 3-2, and here it is. And he stays alive.
The real killer for Clampett this season hasn't been the walks. 15 over 27 isn't ideal, especially when you've only struck out 17, but he's mainly given up 48 hits in the 27-inning span.
So that's about 2 an inning.
Yeah.
Just missing, he gets the walk. So that time, a ball 4 sends the Spartans down to first base as the tying run. Brings up Nick Pereira. Pereira in the DH role again for Tampa. Ball gets away, and that's going to allow Vanacek to scoot down to second base. He rounds the bag, takes a look. Will stay put.
Yeah, Fimiano might again have to play a little bit of goalie today. Just talked about hockey. As you mentioned earlier, Clampett has had a couple of wild pitches. Obviously, not everyone's going to have elite command at this level.
Ball outside. Backhanded stop there by Fimiano.
Yeah, so far, though, he's done a pretty good job getting to those.
The first one was just way outside.
Yeah. And it was a slider, so it took a little hop.
Fouled off. 2-1 now.
Obviously, Tampa's got plenty of time to overturn the deficit, but if they could make this a lengthy inning here and even tie the game, it would be really nice to try to get the offense up a little bit earlier.
Ball outside. So he's gone to 3 balls to the first 3 batters of this inning. Three-one on the way. Ground ball out to short. Takes a nice hop. Wiggins across the diamond for the second out. Runner moves to third, now 90 feet away. And if you throw another wild pitch, it's a tie ball game.
Yeah, it's definitely tough because at the same time, even though the wild pitch ties it, you don't want to get too aggressive to Ponce. He can definitely deliver that game-tying hit. He's been starting to heat up a bit more in terms of getting on base. He's had a .416 on-base percentage this year with 33 free passes, and he's up to .270 for the average.
Check swing. Or actually didn't offer. He just kind of contorted the body like he was ready to. And if that falls, it's a tie ball game. Does it stay up? No way, you misplayed it. And it one hops off the wall. That'll be a ground rule double. Run scores. And that was just misplayed again by Marcello Cortale. He came in, and it went over his head.
I don't think that was just the wind carrying that ball because it looked like it was going to drop only about 150 feet or so right in front of the left fielder, but it just kept sailing even further, and Cortale has to turn around. Good news for Cortale, though. It took a high hop, as Ponce could have easily turned that to a triple.
Yeah. Graham, ground ball out to second. And the inning is over. Spartans tie it up, though, on a couple base hits. And we played 2 full. It is 1-1, Tampa, Florida Tech. We'll be right back.
So when your friends and family visit, be sure to check out the courtyard by Marriott on West Cypress. You can ask for...
Top of the third inning we go. B.J. Bailey back on the mound for Tampa. Now a 1-1 ball game. Both teams scoring a run in their portion of the second inning. We go to the top of the order for Florida Tech, Justice Meadows. Grounded to short his first time up. First ball by Bailey. Hits in front of the plate and bounds back to the screen.
Landed about a foot early, but took a huge hop.
Nice pitch there. Tap foul.
That one, I think, awkwardly ricocheted for Irigoyen. So
Yeah.
the ump giving him a little space, the excuse to just give a fresh ball to Bailey.
Yep, you can always tell when the umps do that. They're just helping you out. So it's 1-1. Ball a little bit high. Ground ball, Graham backhands it, and he called a foul.
Would have been a close play to first, so I don't think Tampa could be too disappointed that that one was called foul.
Right.
Even though I think Graham has that type of throw in his pocket, but always tough when it's fully across the diamond.
Off-speed pitch, fouled off, 2-2.
That one slipped by the netting. And I think ricocheted off one of the poles back here by the seats.
2-2 on the way. In the dirt, blocked by Irigoyen. They check with the base umpire on whether he swung. They said no. So it goes full, 3-2. And that's a shot that'll go in for a base hit over Woodburn. And that one gets past Books in right field and cruising into second. Meadows with the double.
Great hustle by Evans backing up Books. If he wasn't there, that's a triple or even longer. Because Books trying to get to it, not an easy ball to get to in the gap. Tried to slide and block it, but just kind of whiffed on the slide.
So a runner in scoring position to start the inning for Florida Tech. Brings up Connor Wiggins. He pops one foul. Off speed, brings it in for a strike. O2 pitch on the way. A little bit high, ball one. One-two pitch coming from Bailey. Glance back, fires. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there. And he gets the out.
Might be copying the Panthers pitchers with that very nice curve for the strikeout. That's a very useful out as well after the leadoff double.
First strikeout of the day for Bailey. Cortale at the plate, and he goes around, strike one. And Bailey, they go back to second. They may have him. They do. They caught him leaning. Meadows was leaning like he wanted to take a little bigger lead off, and then he was in no man's land, and Woodburn ran over, put the tag on, and now there's nobody on and 2 outs.
Wow, that might be a big out there for the Spartans. Not only did just keep Bailey with nice momentum, he just got a strikeout and now is able to get the second out on a quick turn, but could kind of take the wind out of the sails out of the Panthers, who once again have looked better at the plate in the early going than the Spartans.
Ball high. Spartans have put a little shift on now that there's nobody on base. As the right-handed batter, they've moved Woodburn, the second baseman, over to the third base side of second base. We see it a lot with lefties, and they move people to the first base side of the infield, but this is the first time I've seen this.
Yeah, and usually you'll see maybe more pronounced shift once you get to the two-strike tally like this, but did it a little bit early.
So it's 2-2 with 2 outs now. Ball a little bit low, skips between Irigoyen's and Bauer's legs.
This is the 7th 3-ball count for Bailey today. He's gotten out to majority, or actually hasn't gotten out to majority of the time.
So a 3-2 pitch again. Ground ball. Graham picks it off a good hop. Tosses it across in time. The inning is over. Nice job by A.J. Graham. He could not wait for that one to take that extra hop or he wouldn't have gotten the play. So nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. It's still a 1-1 ball game. Tampa at Florida. So we head to the bottom of the third inning. We'll be back to the top of the order with Jordan Evans. Evans with a grounder to short his first time up. Hit it solidly, but Wiggins didn't move much. Looks at a strike on the first pitch. And looks at a strike on the second pitch. Now down 0-2. Clamp it in the windup and fires. Low, ball 1-1-2. One-two pitch. Ground ball. Gets through for a base hit. That was a seeing eye single there.
Oh, similar to his first ground ball, but this time just by the diving Dominguez.
Brings Jake Book to the plate.
Both Books and Evans playing for their grandmas today for Strikeout Cancer Day. Evans actually has 2 people on screen for his at-bat.
He had pink and purple.
Yep. The pink for his grandma and the purple for Mimi, I believe another member of his family.
Book singled his first time up. See if he can replicate that. Throw to first. Evans is back.
Tampa do some other cancer programs as well throughout the years. Notably, volleyball always has their the Dig Pink series, where they'll sometimes wear their pink jerseys. I do kind of wish we got pink alternates for baseball for today, though. That would be pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
Question is, what variant would you want the pink to be with? The red alternate? Would you want like pink stripes? Or maybe the cream and pink together?
Okay. Books watches that one. One ball, one strike. Ground ball sharply foul, though. Books just turned on that one. One ball, two strikes. A glance over at first. And that was just about the end of the pitch count. Clampett goes to first. One, two again. There he goes. Ball outside. Throw down to second. I think they got him. Yes. Good throw. Fimiano to Wiggins. It was a good pitch thrown by Clampett. I don't know if he was anticipating the steal, but he put it a little bit outside, allowing the catcher to come out of his stance and get into that throwing motion quickly.
Yeah, great jump there from Fimiano.
And Books goes down swinging. So instead of having runners on, there's the second out of the inning.
It's a big out as well for Clampett. Just like Bailey in the previous inning, getting a runner out on the base path, now making things a little bit easier.
And the pitch to Woodburn is a ball. Clampett fires. Ground ball foul. And the pitch. Outside. Clampett fires. One hop. Good stop. Nobody on base, though, so it didn't hurt him. One ball, two strikes. 2-2. 2-2 now. And the pitch. Look close, but they call it a ball.
There have been some close calls like that throughout the series. It's once again Bauer and Mercado as the umpire duo today.
Ground ball heading out to short. Wiggins gets rid of it quickly. I don't think they got him. He beat it out. No fault from Wiggins there. He was deep in the hole and had to make the throw while going away from first base and just wasn't going to get enough to take Woodburn down.
Did not have the arm strength to rifle that one across the diamond. It was an accurate throw. Took a couple hops, but a player like Woodburn's going to have enough time to run it out.
So another man on for the Spartans, and Irigoyen coming to the plate. And the pitch. Irigoyen watches it inside, gets away from the catcher for its second, but not enough for Woodburn to run.
Yeah, that dropped, but dropped right next to the catcher. Thought it almost hit here going for a second. That was close.
And the pitch. That one's going to be laced into left field, right field, bounces for the base hit. Heading to third is Woodburn, and Irigoyen puts runners at the corners.
Tampa's doing a better job of getting the ball in play and hitting it to where the Panthers aren't. They had a lot of outs to the defense across the day yesterday, not just striking out 13 times, but having a lot of hard outs that just couldn't drop the same way the Panthers ones were going, but kind of reversed fortunes here today.
Carlson at the plate. Now, Spartans are on the road next week. One team that probably still has them in their sights is Eckerd, and they are 3 games at Eckerd next weekend. Tampa now 20-2. Eckerd second place right behind them, 3 games back.
Yeah, the Spartans control their destiny. If they can take the series against Eckerd, and as long as they then don't get swept by Barrie, they will be conference champions.
That one's hit into right field. Another base hit. That'll play to run. Spartans take a 2-1 lead, and runners at first and second. So some timely hitting gets the Spartans back on top.
Yeah, that is a clean drive by Carlson. That is his 26th RBI of the season. And Tampa now have 339 runs as a team this year.
Ball high.
Vanacek's, I think, been trying to catch up Carlson in the walk department, 25 on the season. It's Carlson and Books leading the way, though, with 38 and 35.
I'm going to a sky-high pop-up. Short coming in. Left field coming in. Left field makes the catch. So the Spartans do get a run and take the lead. And we played 3 full, 2-1 Tampa on top of Florida Tech. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Spartans now on top 2-1. And I will turn it over to Taylor Stolworthy for the next 3 innings.
We'll see if I can stay awake for that span coming off of another.
This kid here, and I call him a kid because he's much younger than me.
Close enough.
Did a game yesterday at 6 o'clock at night here. He does Japanese baseball, English broadcasts, a game that started at 1 this morning.
Yep.
That finished around 4. Got a quick nap. Now he's here for this game, a doubleheader today, and he's got a game tonight at midnight.
So, yeah, a lot of baseball this weekend as ball one misses from B.J. Bailey. That's hit up the middle to Ponce. He's there. 1 down. A good quick out there for Bailey. 47 pitches entering the 4th inning. Command has been a bit uncharacteristically shaky for Bailey. 24 balls to 23 strikes leading into that at bat. And that'll bring up Adrian Dominguez, who had a first pitch ground out in his first at bat. 85 was the game time temperature, so a nice warm day at Tampa. Here in the booth as well, it gives us a very kind of comfortable feeling. Not good for trying to stay awake, but very good in terms of not getting too hot or too cold. 1-0 on the way.
And the humidity has been very nice.
Yes, much better today than yesterday, because I was sweating a bit down in the field, even though it was late afternoon. But checking in with the coaches and players, the field got hot pretty quickly. It will heat up as the day continues, only 1:55 p.m. Swing and a miss. Big whiff there, 1-2.
And being that I am not a meteorologist, but I do know typically the warmest part of the day is 3 hours before sunset, because that's given the earth plenty of time to heat up.
So it'll be around that time in Game 2, maybe 5 or so p.m., 4:30 p.m. Game 2 is scheduled to start at 4, but given how baseball usually works, expected to be 4:15 to 4:30. And now it's 2-2 from Bailey. Just a little high. Bailey wanted that call, but instead the count will go full. A different strike zone from yesterday, a little bit tighter around the plate. And it's on the corner for strike 3. Painted the inside fastball. Second strikeout for Bailey to bring up Fimiano with 2 down. A lengthy battle between Fimiano and Bailey last time. Fimiano won out with a walk. Hit to third. Off the glove of Graham, was going to be a tough ball to get to. At the very least, it did slow the ball down enough to make that a very easy scoop for Vanacek in left. Notably, Walker Vanacek getting some reps in left field a bit more often now. Javi Soto absent from the lineup. 2 down for Cole Patrick. They check on the runner. They were successful with a pickoff against Meadows in the previous inning. Both teams struggling on the base path with Evans caught stealing in the previous frame. Good job pulling that in from Irigoyen, 0-1.
Yeah, coincidentally, both leadoff hitters for each team have been caught at second base today. Evans with his attempt to steal, and Meadows picked off after getting to second.
That was the first non-extra base hit from the Panthers today. That single into left field. They had the first hit from the red-hot Marshall Burke, and then the second one from Meadows. 2 strikes, 2 outs. You know Bailey loves to be in the driver's seat here. And that's not a bad spot. Irigoyen throws as the runner goes, and he slides past the bag for out number 3. He would have been safe comfortably, but it's a turf field instead of dirt, and I think Fimiano misjudged it for allow them to recover and get the ball and tag him out. So unfortunate there for the Panthers. A slippery turf play ends the inning with Tampa still on top 2-1. So we continue the Strikeout Cancer Day here at the University of Tampa campus. Taylor Sorley, Jack Ike, bringing you the action on the SSC Digital Network. The Spartans looking to make it 21 conference wins this season. They are 34-7 on the year, and it depends on what poll you look at, but Tampa usually ranking second or third in the nation. I disagree with the Flow Sports poll of having them third. I think Tampa's first.
Okay.
Or more realistically, second, but great year again from the Spartans as one of the top teams. D2. Nick Pereira leading off to start the brand new inning. Ball one, high and inside. Clampett's had some solid command, but a little bit weaker in these most recent frames. Tampa's worked some longer counts and has gotten some more hits against him. This one could drop for a blooper and caught in center, staying up high enough for Davis.
I think what hurt Tampa in the most recent polls is losing to Valdosta State here and then Rollins when they started the weekend up there.
Yeah, that two-game losing stretch, very rare for the Spartans.
Haven't lost since, but...
Exactly, and it's the first time Tampa's lost 2 in a row this year. But they did bounce back, taking the series against Rollins, and then even more pivotally against Nova Southeastern, were able to come out on top in a hard-fought series. One of the games going into extra innings, and always difficult when you're the road team in extras. You can't end the game. You have to close it out.
Yep.
The Sharks can take the lead and say sayonara.
Yes.
Here's the 1-0 for Ponce. Playing for his grandma. As that one's dropped at third base. Dominguez with an off-balance throw. Good hustle from Ponce to be safe. Now that is going to be a hard decision on how to grade it because on the one hand...
He almost got him out.
Yep, it's Dominguez basically dropping the ball, but on a hard hit line drive, do you call that an error? Looks like our scorers will.
They've taken it away.
No, they are going to call it a hit for the Spartans, and I'm inclined to agree with them there because...
It's a hard one to catch.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard hit line drive. Obviously, it's within range for Dominguez, but if you think about him knocking it down and then making the throw, that's also a good outcome if you're at the hot corner. Fouled away by A.J. Graham, strike one. The former Pirate re-entering the lineup today for the Spartans. Talking about Spartans in the majors, Graham was drafted back in 2021. Wasn't able to break out of the minor leagues, though, so he's now here at UTampa. Similar story to Anthony Nunez. Almost got Ponce a little too far off the bag. I don't know if Graham would follow the Nunez trajectory of taking the mound as well.
Just because he's at third?
Maybe. We have another two-way player wearing the 9 this season at third in Luke Fiker. And like Nunez, shining a little bit more as a reliever.
Graham often plays shortstop when he plays.
Another quick turn, Ponce safe. It is really cool to see Nunez going from Tampa to being one of the top relievers in the AL East at the moment. A lot of the stuff models that people post about on social media really like Nunez's off-speed offerings, not just the really strong fastball that sits upper 90s. That one fouled away. It'll still be 1-2 now to A.J. Graham.
I was talking to Joe before the game, said that you and I had gone to see Heidel pitch, and that somebody asked what he was topping out at in the gun. Did you remember? I thought it was about 94.
It was up to 96, sat around 94, 95.
Because they said he was throwing 98, 99 last year in the World Series.
Yeah, I was able to actually catch up with him after one of his playoff games here at UTampa, and he said it was the first time in his career he was able to sit high 90s up to 100. Wonder if you can do that again in Dunedin. But promising to see him and a lot of other Spartans from those championship teams doing well in professional ball. Also mentioned as well, Jordan Williams getting a home run, I think, last week with the Nationals organization. Don't know if he's down at Fredericksburg with the single A team there.
I can check.
Williams, of course, the automatic double.
Yes.
That one down to the dirt, 3-2. One of the most prolific base stealing seasons all time for the Spartans. Speaking of steals, Ponce on the year. He has had 3 not getting caught. Dia send him on the full count. Payoff pitch. Ponce goes. Hit up the middle. And they will avoid the double play because of the hit and run. Ponce in scoring position with 2 outs. So that played perfectly for the Spartans.
Yeah, they forced Burke to try to hustle the play, and he kind of bobbled it, which allowed the Spartans to get to second base.
If you don't send Ponce there, that's an easy 4-6-3 to end the frame. So that'll bring up Jordan Evans. Singled last time. He got caught out on the base path.
They're showing Jordan Williams at Fredericksburg. A ball.
Surprisingly, no steals yet.
3 games, 12 at-bats.
0-1 to Evans. Williams had previously played at Florida State before joining the Spartans in 2025. 81 steals. Popped into foul territory. It's 2 strikes now to Evans.
That's why we called Williams the automatic double. If he got on first base, he was going to be on second base. Even if he doubled, he was probably going to be on third base.
What's funny enough is that he actually had 30 extra base hits, 7 triples, 7 home runs.
I don't think he ever stole home, though.
He did not,
No.
but he could have.
If needed.
Throughout his time at the Seminoles, Williams only had 1 triple in his collegiate career before joining Tampa. Evans staying alive, still down 0-2. Evans has gone pretty close to the extra base hit prowess of Williams at this stage of the year. 13 doubles, 5 triples, and a matching 7 home runs. He's only stolen 19, however. Hit to center. That one's getting Davis to chase, but he'll track it down to end the frame. A good fight for Jordan Evans, but he'll be retired as Clampett gives up his 7th hit and leaves the 5th runner on the base path, keeping Tampa in front 2-1 through 4. So here we go on the top of the 5th. B.J. Bailey continuing. He's on 56 pitches, only 28 strikes. Comparatively, Clampett on 56 after 4 innings as well with 35 strikes. Bailey currently holding the advantage in the win column, looking to improve to 11-0 on the season. Great start to the year for B.J. Bailey. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Last time out, B.J. Bailey struck out 14 batters. That is the 4th most in Spartans history. As there's a swing and a miss, he'll pick up his 3rd. That's the most strikeouts a Spartan pitcher has had since Brandon Narr did so against Florida Tech back in 2020. Narr also struck out 15 against Florida Southern, also in 2020, tying David LeBron and Sergio Perez for the most Spartan strikeouts in a game at 15. What's even more impressive, Bailey did it in 6 innings. Roped into the gap, that'll be extra bases potentially. Vanacek will keep him to a single. But Fan, first pitch swinging, first pitch getting on board. 4th hit for the Panthers, 1 on for Jeff Davis. Strike 1. Bailey's looking a bit more comfortable here in the 5th, continuing with the advantage. Only 2 runners left on base today for the Panthers. Runner caught stealing to end the 4th. Runner picked off back in the 3rd. Strike 2. Davis flew out in his first try. Didn't go. Here going with a good block. 1 and 2. And he got him. Strike 3. 4 strikeouts now for B.J. Bailey. Continuing that strikeout prowess. And despite 3 walks, which I believe will be close to a season high, he's still matching that tally with strikeouts. Right on the outside corner, strike 1 to Meadows. Meadows doubled back in the 3rd. Hit to 3rd. No, over to Ponce. 1 hop across the time, and he got him. Graham pulled off. It looked like he was going to range forward and get it. But no, it went all the way to Jesse Ponce, and what a throw to first base. 1 hit, 1 stranded with 2 Bailey strikeouts. He's completed 5 innings of 1-run ball as we were on to the bottom of the 5th from the Bird King. Two runs on 7 hits for the Spartans. They will start the bottom of the 5th with the heart of the order. Jake Brooks, Braden Woodburn, Yoander Irigoyen. A beautiful day here on the Tampa campus. Some clouds in the sky, but conditions nice and dry. Firm turf today as the count goes 0-1. Clampett continues here in the 5th inning. Both the starters so far for Florida Tech having some quality outings. And Book's going to get on board to lead off single. Second hit of the day for Jake Books to bring up Braden Woodburn. Back in the 3rd inning, Woodburn scored as the go-ahead run on the Carlson RBI. Hit to 3rd, this could be 2. Dominguez. Offline throw to 2nd. It pulled the second baseman off the bag. Wouldn't have time to get Woodburn out at first. At worst would have been a fielder's choice. But the second error of the game from Dominguez, as his throw to Burke was offline. That's the type of ball you want to force if you're Clampett. And now he's in a bit of trouble. You're going singled back in the 3rd. Part of a 3-hit streak that brought home a run. Tipped foul, strike 1. So correction, first error of the game out of Dominguez. It was the drop line drive that they hadn't called as an error previously. Popped up by Irigoyen, 0-2. Hit to first. They'll get the throw to short. And he does have enough time to cover the bag for the fielder's choice. The middle infielders weren't necessarily ready on that play. They do avoid the chaos, well, the chaotic bad throw on the previous play. 2 on for Carlson. Would have been awkward if Wiggins wasn't able to cover the bag there. Could have been a fielder's choice that loaded the bases. Carlson to right center field. Looking up and caught at the wall. It'll be 3-1 Spartans on an easy sac fly. A foot away from making it 4-1. That is the second Carlson RBI of the game. Irigoyen stays at first. The wind quieting down a little bit. Didn't have a chance to help or hurt that ball. And now it's Vanacek with 2 down. A productive out for Clampett, but it'll definitely sting to surrender that 3rd run. Strike 1 on the corner for Vanacek. Checks the runner. The 0-1. Just a little low. Not a bad spot for the fastball. And again, the strike zone a little tighter today. Plenty of close misses out of B.J. Bailey as well. Tipped foul, make it 1-2. Missing outside, 2-2. Popped up and fell. That one falls behind the Panthers dugout. Now the 2-2. Got him on the corner for strike 3. Third strikeout for Clampett to end the inning. 1 run comes home on a hit and an error. 1 runner is left on board. 3-1 Spartans through 5 innings played.
In the 5th inning for Tampa, they had 1 run on 1 hit, there was 1 error, and 1 left on base. At the end
Bailey picking up his 3rd and 4th strikeouts of the game as we continue with a 3-1 Spartan lead. Bailey looking for another quality start. Had plenty of those this season. Great against Georgia College, but not a quality start. His first one against Post. 6 innings of 1 hit ball. Then had 1 against Lynn. Then 1 against Georgia Southern, despite giving up 3 runs. And currently, he is on a 5-game quality start streak. Fouled 0-1. It does list B.J. Bailey as having 1 appearance out of the bullpen this year. But I believe it's actually with a plate appearance somewhere else, because I can't find his bullpen appearance. Looking on the game log as we continue. 1-1 on the way. Foul sharply down the line. 1-2 to Connor Wiggins. One, two, still continuing the top of the 6th. Missing outside. 2-2.
Umpires trying to tell the scoreboard it's 2-2. They finally corrected it.
Fouled away. There were some problems with the scoreboard last night as well, with them not having the right call. After that foul ball.
Operator error.
Yes. We've had a few of those. And that one just missing high, 3-2. The 3-2 on the corner for strike 3.
Wiggins either thought it was inside or tried to influence that it was inside, but didn't get it.
He was already on his way to first base when the pitch landed, but a little premature as he's rung up. Swing and a miss. It'll be 0-1 now from Bailey to Cortali. 2 outs to the third baseman today, one of them leading to a double play. Down to the dirt, 1-1. No activity out of either bullpen yet.
Nope.
Should see both pitchers back for the 7th. Probably Bailey, potentially Clampett. He'd be back in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball high. Bailey up 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him chasing the curve.
That time, Cartello just could not dial it down to get around to those last 2 pitches.
2-strike pitch, a high breaking ball. And that one falling in the dirt. Marshall Burke trying to continue the hot day at the plate and for this weekend. Had his first out of the weekend, his last time out on a ground out to short. 4-hit weekend, though, with a walk. And he'll take strike 1. That one looked a bit low. Bailey will not complain. One and one. A win today would give Tampa their 20th home win of the season and their 35th win of 2025. Also, more importantly, it would be another regional win for the Spartans. So that's going to be lined to center field. A lot of the losses this year for Tampa have come in region play outside of the conference. So it's important for these games down the stretch for Tampa to keep building their regional resume.
Yes.
There are some tough teams out of the SSC in the conference, like Lee, that'll all be fighting for a home field advantage come regional playoff time.
Now, if I remember the way they break it down, the top 2 seeds host the first round of NCAA.
Yes.
And 8 teams get in, so I can't remember if they do it like 1, 3, 5, 7.
1, 4, 5, 8.
1, 4, 5, 8.
So a lot like the NCAA basketball
Okay,
tournament. You got
1,
1, 8, 4, 5, 2, 7, 3, 6.
And then the 2 winners of those first round games will meet at the highest seed still alive.
Yes. Last few years, super regional play has come to the University of Tampa. Mm-hmm. Tampa escaping their region usually. Last 2 times they've escaped the super regional, they've gone on to win the national titles. The count goes 1-2. That, of course, being these last 2 years.
Now, you talk about a hectic week. A few years ago, all 8 teams would converge on one site and play a double elimination tournament. And that got messy because we had a few of them here, and it would rain, and that would delay you. And
yeah, it was a bit easier to manage just 2 games per day instead of 3 or 4.
You know, they'd start a game at 8, try to get another one at 11. I'm talking AM.
Yep. And then 2 and about 6.
Yep.
By the time we're getting to about 6 p.m., it's going to be closer to a 7:30 start time.
Yep.
Fouled away 1 and 2 still.
I remember the 2 years we did games, and it would rain.
Yes,
and it
that
would delay
too.
it.
4 teams, a little bit easier to manage. National championships also broken up into 2 14 groups, where the winners then converge for a championship series showdown. Hit up the middle. Bailey's got it. He only needs 1, gets the throw to first. Inning over. So that'll end the frame. Bailey gives up a hit and strands the runner. We've played 5.5. 3-1 Spartans as they try to extend the advantage when we come back. Clampett is still in line for a quality start. 3 runs allowed over 5 innings. We'll try to have a clean bottom of the 6th. Taylor Sorley, Jack Ike bringing you the action. And Jack, you know, Tampa a little more productive on the base path today, but also a bit more clutch.
Yes.
In terms of high leverage moments today. 2 RBIs out of Carlson, including a sac fly. And Ponce, who is on deck, had an RBI as well. Might have a chance for another. Pereira, leadoff single. That's an important hit for Pereira to set up Ponce.
That's 9 hits for the Spartans. They had 10 left on base yesterday. They have 6 so far today.
Tampa gets a lot of base runners, and they do normally leave quite a few on the base path, but they're usually able to score enough where that number isn't as important. Today, though, you could say once again is a bit important.
It's been a good pitching weekend.
A lot of clutch pitching out of the Panthers. There goes Pereira, as that one's tipped foul. Good idea just to get a hit and run going. I wonder if Ponce might now try to lay down a surprise bunt after the first pitch swing. Ponce has done a good job executing those before, and Dominguez isn't playing particularly close.
Yeah, it's wide open if he wants to just try to drop one down third base.
Any lead could be useful for the Spartans. You'd imagine it'll be Tobin Moran who gets the first look out of the bullpen for you, Tampa. No more spot starts needed, so easier decision. Tampa, of course, had Moran doing spot starts until Sammy Beer's injury led to a vacancy in a high leverage role. Moran's been able to fill it. Pereira stays put as Ponce flares this one foul out of range of Dominguez. 0-2. The wind's picked up a little bit. It's kind of variant today when it gets windy and quiet. Usually during a game, you'll see kind of consistent wind patterns, but not today. Not a bad slider, but just misses a little bit low, maybe a little outside. Fimiano is set up a bit farther away. 1-2 now to Ponce. Down to the dirt. Good block by Fimiano.
They're saying the wind is 9 miles an hour out of the west, heading east, and gusting up to 14.
I think we were seeing some of those gusts a minute ago. Will definitely help cool things down. 2-2. Ponce foul. He'll stay alive. Good showing today. We actually heard some banter between the fans a little bit earlier on a ball and strike call.
Yeah. Both sides have had concerns about that.
Tampa always traveling well, but Florida Tech, I think especially this weekend, have traveled well.
Yeah.
Even set up some tents by the dugout. Smart. Shielding from the sun.
And baseballs.
That too.
It's a unique setup with the screen behind home plate that if a ball hits it at just the right angle, it will actually get over the fence and land in the stands, right about where they set their tents up. And
Harder to usually get hit by a foul ball, though, because the net covers where you would be standing. There's one golfed down the line, and it is off the wall. It doesn't clear the fence, but hits off the fence. A double to bring Pereira to third and Ponce to second. That one just drifted fair, right on the line, almost in reach for Cortali. But he'll have to settle for getting that loose ball and keeping the runners at second and third. Almost had a chance to catch it.
Yeah.
But
I think it might have hit his mitt.
At least it didn't bounce off the mid and over the wall.
Up and over the wall, yeah.
And there's going to be a conference for Clampett. Not a bullpen change yet. The pitching coach is headed out there. On the ropes with no outs. And actually, it won't be the head coach with the pole. The pitching coach is going to come out to do it. Clampett done after 5.0 or 5+ innings with 10 hits given up. Only 3 earned so far. Can the Panthers get out of the jam? A.J. Graham will be ready to go when we So out of the bullpen, it'll be the number 7, Brady Guthrie, the junior.
Brady Guthrie is a righty from Titusville, Florida, transferred in from Eastern Florida State College. He's got a 5.14 ERA, 0-2 record on the year. This will be his 12th appearance, all in relief. 14 innings pitched, 16 hits, 10 runs, 8 earned, 15 walks, and 18 strikeouts.
They like that strikeout prowess in a spot like this. No outs, 2 on. Guthrie done with 10 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts on the day. Tampa continuing his woeful BABIP luck, getting a lot of hits past him. Clampett, 378 batting average allowed on the year. For out of the frequent starters for the Panthers, that's the highest tally. Infield playing shallow for A.J. Graham. 0 for 2 days so far. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Woefully fooled by the slider. Striking out cancer day today continues. Graham playing for his grandma and aunt. Down to the dirt. Good block by Fimiano. Lost track of the ball for a second, but even though it also then slipped a little away, Pereira wasn't going super aggressive, so wouldn't have been able to make it home. 1-1 now to Graham. That one missing inside, 2-1. There is a free spot to put Graham, but then you have to face Jordan Evans with the bases loaded.
Yeah, with no outs, I don't think you want, because if he scores, then you're down 6-1.
And even though...
Try to minimize the damage here.
And even though there's no real bad spots in the Spartan lineup, 2-2, great slider that time. You definitely don't want to give Tampa a chance to add extra runners on the tally. Strike, ball, ball, strike. Guthrie set with a 2-2. Fouled, once again going to the slider. I'd imagine after yesterday, breaking balls are going to be the MO for the Panthers pitching staff. And wonder if Graham might be better at going after breaking balls, seeing him get substituted in today. Swing and a miss at a slider down low. Fimiano has to go for the out at first. Throw almost hits Graham, 1 down. Scary on the drop third strike. There was a runner.
Dangerous play because Fimiano had to make the throw, but also had to worry about the man on third.
So that is a crucial first out. That will help out Guthrie. 1 away.
Oh.
This time a fastball which hits Evans in the back. First time he goes away from the slider, he loads the bases. And yet another hit by pitch for Jordan Evans. What is he doing to get all of these pitchers mad at him? That is his 13th hit by pitch of the season. He now has 13 HBPs to 13 strikeouts. Tied with Woodburn for the team lead.
Ratio to have. Well, you wondered if they would walk Graham to load the bases. They've now got 1 out and the bases loaded anyway.
That'll put the infield at double play depth for Jake Brooks. Outside, ball 1. .117 is the most hit by pitches the Spartans have had in a single season. Happened all the way back in 2012 as the count goes 2-0. 2024-25 saw them get plunked 103 times. This year they're up to 69, which has them squarely 7th on the all-time leaderboard. That'll be a strike, 2-1.
You know, you get hit 100, 120 times a year. That's 2 a game.
Yeah. 2 free base runners no matter what. The 2022 side got hit 90 times by pitches.
There you go.
Brooks over the second baseman into right field. That'll roll past the right fielder. It'll score 2, and they're going to send Evans home, but he trips. An awkward tumble for Jordan Evans.
Now, is he okay or just embarrassed?
Hopefully it's only embarrassment. Evans tumbling hard as he stays down. A 2 RBI double for Brooks makes it 5-1 Spartans.
He came down on his shoulder, potentially. That's what I was worried about.
Wonder if he rolled his ankle on the play potentially too. He is still down on the ground.
Trainer's coming out. So, yeah, he's staying down. Now he's up on his feet.
Unlucky there for Evans, surrounding the corner and losing balance. Jake Brooks with a clutch hit, bringing his RBI tally up a little bit further. Make it 39 on the season. Evans leads the way with 42 for the Spartans. Irigoyen at 41. Braden Woodburn now, similar spot, just not the bases loaded. And that will send the infield a little closer, trying to get on top of any ground balls. It's good to see Evans all right.
Yes.
Slider away, ball 1. Two extra base hits in the inning for the Spartans. As Woodburn checks, did not go. 5 earned to end the day for Clampett. Both his inherited runners make it at home plate. Strike 1. They might only judge it as 4 earned runs because of the sac fly previously with the error in the 5th. The error only had happened with no outs, though, and the runner had gone on board that scored, not via error.
Oop.
2-1, missing inside. That time going fastball. Good tunneling to try to go high and inside, and then slider kind of low and in the middle. 2 pitches that have similar starting spots, and then the ending spots differ. You're going on deck. There is a free spot to put Woodburn, but he's not going to try to get on base. He'll send someone to center field. 2 outs, 6-1 Tampa. Evans makes it home. And that'll bring up Irigoyen with 2 down. Two outs now to Irigoyen. Strike 1. They got to fix the scoreboard out in center field, because if Tampa thinks there's only 1 out, they wouldn't be running on anything with Evans or Brooks. There they go. 0-1 to Irigoyen. Irigoyen foul. 2 strikes now from Guthrie to Irigoyen. Some clean hits this inning from the Spartans. But Evans' line drive right to Davis. Could have been dangerous if that was another ball in the gap. Irigoyen to straightaway center. But Davis has time. He'll make the running catch. No bounce off the wall required. Inning over. So, 3 hits bring home 3 runs for the Spartans. They'll double their advantage to 6-1 through 6 innings played. 1 left on board this time around. On to the top of the 7th. So B.J. Bailey will remain invincible. 11-0 on the line if Tampa holds on to this lead. Done after 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. 2 players coming in out of the bullpen. First one, Tobin Moran. Second one, Jack Ike.
All right. I'm re-entering.
You can do that in college.
Yeah.
I think you can in baseball. You can in softball. You see that a lot more
Right.
frequently in softball, but actually you can't in baseball, I don't think. That would be interesting if you could in baseball, though.
Yeah. Tobin Moran coming in to pitch now. He's a 6'1", 190-pound senior righty from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Came here after Santa Fe College and went to Palm Beach Garden High School. And Moran on the season, a 1.71 ERA, has a 1-0 record. This is appearance 11, has started 4 games for Tampa. 26 in the third innings, 22 hits, 5 runs, all earned, walked 3, struck out 23, and the first pitch is fouled off.
Moran also has had 3 at-bats as a batter, too, in Big Spartan wins, and he did get a hit.
So Fimiano at the plate. Today, a walk and a base hit. Spartans now up 6-1 on 11 hits. There's a pop-up, playable. Drifting over is Carlson, and reaches back and makes the catch. So 1 down. Cole Patrick coming to the plate.
The designated hitter, Cole Patrick.
And the first pitch from Moran. Looks good, gets the strike call. That's tipped off of Moran's mitt right to Woodburn, who throws him out. A fortuitous bounce there.
That would have been a close play for Woodburn to get to if it wasn't interrupted by Bailey, or by Moran. So good job on the 1-4-3 for the second out.
Was able to deflect it back toward Woodburn as opposed to Woodburn having to go up the middle to try to make the play.
Wasn't an intentional deflection, though. He was trying
No.
to catch it,
Yeah.
went in and out of the glove.
Yep. Fon at the plate now, takes a strike. Just missing outside. The pitch, check swing, strike call anyway. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 out. And the 1-2. Just low outside. Spartans will have Carlson, Vanacek, Pereira next inning. That pitch misses, 3-2 count now. Ground ball heading out towards short, cut off by Graham, throw in time, inning over. A 1-2-3. Top of the 7th for Florida Tech. We now head to the bottom of the 7th. Everybody on your feet. 7th inning stretch time with Tampa on top, 6-1. Bottom of the 7th we go. Carlson will lead off for Tampa. Has a 1-for-3 day going. Hit the ball every time. Flown out to center field twice. Had a base hit. Drove in a run. Back in the 3rd.
Hard to say who would be Tampa's MVP of the game today. A lot of people with some pretty big moments. Maybe Jake Brooks with a 3-hit performance so far.
Yep.
But Carlson, just like Brooks, with multiple RBI.
Spartans went down in this game 1-0 on a Burke home run. And that was in the 2nd inning. All Spartan scoring since. Guthrie is ready and fires. Inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tap foul, 2-2 now. And that one's hit out into center field. Not going to get deep enough as Jeff Davis glides a little bit to his right and makes the catch.
He's getting clean hits, but
Yeah. That's
he just
3
kinda,
times he's flied out to center.
you got to just position him a little bit further to the right and left, unfortunately. So always tough to do. A different color ribbon for Vanacek as he steps up to the plate. A lot of them purple or pink. I know purple represents, I think, all types of cancer, just kind of a broad coverage, I
Right.
believe. Pink for breast cancer, which is one of the most common ones. But also Tobin Moran with an orange ribbon, so
Okay.
a couple of different ones being used from different Spartan players.
Swing and a miss by Vanacek. Setting up way outside, and he throws it down the middle anyway. Gets the strikeout. Vanacek goes down swinging. And we'll bring Pereira to the plate. Pereira, base hit, scored last time. Fly ball heading out to center. Davis drift back a couple steps. Now camps and catches to end the inning. Quick inning for the Spartans. We will get ready to head to the 8th. It is still a 6-1 Tampa lead. We'll be back for the 8th inning on TampaSpartans.tv. Top of the 8th inning we go. Tobin Moran back on the mound for the Spartans. First man he will face is Jeff Davis, who had a busy bottom of the 7th, catching a couple balls hit out to center. And he shows bunt, pulls it back. They said he did pull it back. Spartans have made a couple changes as Dennis McCaffrey goes to left field. Walker Vanacek goes to first base, and Gunnett Carlson out of the lineup. And strike call on pitch number 2.
It's unlikely that Carlson will get another at bat, so make the defensive swap to the more adept defender, the young gun, Dennis McCaffrey.
A nice off-speed pitch by Moran there. Davis was way ahead of that one. Way ahead of that one. He goes down swinging. Quick work by Moran on that one. 1 up, 1 down. We're back to the top of the order with Justice Meadows coming to the plate. Down the middle for a strike. Call on the corner. So Moran just coming in, throwing strikes right now. Ahead 0-2 with 1 out.
He's looking very confident out there.
Oh, 2. Just missing low. That was a good teaser pitch there.
That's what's called a ball.
Ground ball foul. So Meadows, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Moran with the pitch. Fouled back.
Great job protecting from Meadows. You know, he's definitely one to watch for the future, the freshman for the Panthers, and I wonder if they were maybe playing the redshirt him, but he's been able to break out so quickly that they just have no choice but to keep playing him.
Yeah, and at the top of the order. Swings and might have tipped that one, but it ends up in Irigoyen's mitt for the strikeout. 2 down now. And a couple Ks for Moran this inning. Brings up the second hitter in the lineup, Connor Wiggins. Ball a little bit low outside.
All of Tampa's relievers are guys that can cover multiple innings in these high-leverage roles, which is very good to have if you're Coach Urso, meaning that your starter, if he only goes, say, 6 innings, you've got multiple guys that you can say, hey, they're good for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
I think that might be the plan for Moran. Let him get a 3-inning save, because he would go 3 innings. He would get credited with the save should he complete the 9th.
Ground ball, Ponce scoots over, quick throw. In time, inning is over. 8th inning is over for Florida Tech, 3 up, 3 down. Let's head to the bottom of the 8th. Tampa on top, 6-1. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 8th we head. Brady Guthrie on the mound for Florida Tech. Jesse Ponce coming to bat for Tampa. Ponce, 2 doubles and a base hit, a single. Drove in a run, scored a run. 3 for 3 day. Make it 4 for 4. That probably just falls for a single. He rounds and gets about halfway to second base and comes back. But a 4 for 4 day for Ponce. 2 doubles, 2 singles.
This is the second hit given up for Guthrie out of the bullpen. The clutch double by Books was the first one. Ends a streak of 5 straight outs afterwards. Jake Turr now replacing A.J. Graham.
Turr comes in with a .316 batting average on the season. Looks at a strike on the first pitch.
Turr is a bit of a super utility guy, can play pretty much anywhere across the infield for the Spartans.
A little bit inside. Tampa 6 runs, 12 hits. You know, earlier in the season it was an odd day when the Spartans had more hits than runs. They'd have like 9 runs on 7 hits. Mostly because they were walked or hit a lot. They're playing Turr very deep and left. And that one, did it hit his bat? They are saying it's a fair ball. And he's out at first. Fortunately, Ponce headed to second as soon as it was tapped.
That's a very awkward check swing. Productive out for Turr, but he probably would have liked to try to run that one out if he knew that was actually fair.
Yeah.
Most of those just go foul, but rolled on the line.
So top of the order, Jordan Evans now at the plate. Ball outside. Ponce now in scoring position with 1 out.
Definitely get the feeling that Evans is due for a hit here, which could likely score Ponce.
Tips that one into the catcher's mitt. Evans today, 3 official at-bats. Grounded out, flew out, got a base hit. Hit by pitch and scored last time. Ground ball to third. Scooped up by Dominguez. And there's 2 down. Ponce stays at second. Jake Books strides to the plate. Books on a day, also sporting a 3-hit day, just like Ponce did when he came to the plate.
His hit in the 6th was very good, though. It took a 3-1 lead to make it 5-1. And could still be a little bit of chaos in the top of the 9th, but Tampa's got to feel good when they were up, getting up by 4 off that hit.
Definitely. One. Big swing, big miss. One ball, 2 strikes with 2 out. The pitch. Inside, 2-2. Two pitch, just missing outside. We go full. Guthrie. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Books goes down. Inning is over. Florida Tech coming up for its last at bat. They're down 6-1. Ninth inning coming up on TampaSpartans.tv. Ninth inning we go. Tobin Moran back on the mound. Gets through the top of the ninth. He's got himself a save. Tampa up 6-1. Foul back. Marcello Cortali at the plate. And he comes up with a base hit to start the ninth.
That's the first base runner against Moran.
They'll need an abundance of base runners to get back in this game. Brings Wiggins to the plate. I take that back. Marshall Burke to the plate.
There is a second baseman, Marshall Burke.
Burke with a home run started the scoring in this game with a home run in the second. Has also got a single. That is the lone run of the day for Florida Tech.
What a weekend it's been, though, for Burke. Now 5 hits for the series.
Popped up. That's playable. Drifting out toward Books in right, and he makes the catch. One down here in the ninth.
That opens up a double play opportunity. You've got Martinez playing third now. Ponce, Woodburn in the middle infield still.
Next up is the third baseman, Adrian Dominguez.
Adrian Dominguez to the plate. 0 for 3 today. Pops. Looks like it's going out of play. No, it hits the wall. It stayed fair by about 10 feet. Bounces away from McCaffrey. They're going to send the runner home. They might as well just hold the run. 6-2. That one just kept drifting. I didn't think it had a chance of getting to the wall, and it hit the wall. Bounced away from McCaffrey.
That was just weird hop as well once it got off the wall. Normally,
that's quite the ricochet.
The other thing, though, it didn't go too high and clear the fence, so it only brings home 1 on the extra base hit.
So it's now 6-2 here in the ninth. One out. Brings up Fimiano, the catcher. That one's fouled back.
Surprised we're not seeing Roque on deck for Patrick. I would make that change potentially, with Roque hitting a bit better and not facing a lefty.
Yeah, now that you got a righty pitcher.
And since it's only a 4-run game, I don't think Ursa would make the emergency call to Velasquez.
There's a line shot right to Woodburn. Dominguez able to get back to second. Did not stray too far off the base. Now 2 outs. Florida Tech down to its final out.
Now batting the designated hitter, Cole Patrick.
Cole Patrick represents what could be the final out, the DH for Florida Tech. The pitch, a little bit low. Oh, 1 pitch. That one gets the strike zone, 1-1. Moran, look back at second. Here's the pitch. A little bit low. 2-1. Look good, call strike. 2-2, Florida Tech down to its last strike.
That was right on the edge of the plate. Good spot from Miranda. Good framing from Irigoyen.
And that's the ball game. Everybody just kind of froze for a few seconds, but he gets the strikeout, so Moran closes it out with the K. The Spartans win it. The final score, 6-2. B.J. Bailey getting the win, runs his record now to a spotless 11-0. Tobin Moran picking up his second save of the season. The Spartans now stand at 21-2 overall on the year, 35-7 in, or I should say 21-2 in conference play, 35-7 overall on the year. Florida Tech now 8-18 in conference play, 17-25 overall. So this game got done fairly quickly. We might start this next game about 4 o'clock, which would be unprecedented. We'll see. Spartans win it, 6-1 the final, or 6-2 the final. Taylor and I will be back for Game 2. Hope you stay with us. 6-2 win for the Spartans right here on Tampa